Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Raul and in this tutorial I will show you how to draw realistic skin. So we start to make the skin texture with HB grade. I will use 8B grade for the dark shadow. Mechanical pencil, mine is 0.5 lead with 4B grade. Blending stump number 2 and two types of erasers, Tombow Mono Zero eraser and also Perfection from Faber-Castell eraser. And of course we need toilet paper to shading and smoothing the paper. Let's start to see how we can draw and which are the steps following my video. Of course we need to start with shape of the neck, HB grade, very soft, so we need to know the shape of the neck and also the shadows. Hope previous tutorials help guys. Now you know how to draw realistic hair, eyes, lips, and we will going to finish the portrait step by step. Follow my steps and you will see how to shade realistic skin, of course with pores, with everything. Following the reference photo. I have started with HB grade and following the reference photo I'm looking for shape of the neck because I need to find the shadows and also highlights. First layer is not any problem, we can draw and we can shade long lines so we can cover the paper. Actually we just prepared the paper. As you can see with HB grade I build the first layer because I need to know how to put the shadows, making more realistic looking and also the details. This tutorial will be how to draw realistic skin using a few suppliers. If you want to draw Marilyn Monroe portrait, you can start with the first video and following my steps you can learn how to shade, blend and even draw with the shadows. Now I prepare the bones for the shoulders. By shadowing, I'm keeping HB grade. Also you will see today we will work in layers as well, because as I told you in previous tutorials, I'm always using layering for better work and keeping my paper strong. So don't shade dark from the start, because you will pressing with the pencil and you may break the paper. Now we just prepare the skin. If your paper is not really white, you can use H grade or 2H. As you can see guys, we're drawing the shapes because we need to know how to work with the shadows. Remember the position of the pencil in your palm so you can smooth and shade soft. As I told you, don't need to press from the beginning because we will work in layers and everything will changing step by step. Our left side of the neck is pure white, so just a few shadows, small shadows. We will let blank, as I told you in previous tutorials. Where we need highlights, we'll let blank. We're not working that part. You will see we will working with eraser and I will show you how to build realistic skin with pores. If you like to draw, you will see it will be very interesting tutorial for you to learn. Now we're shading over the bones just a little bit because we'll need to put some shadows to make the bones a little bit round and realistic. But as I told you, it's just the first layer. Prepare the skin for work. I'm still on HB grade, keeping to draw and shade the first layer. And as you can see, following the reference photo, I'm checking for possible shadows to build the shape of the body. Now we will continue with toilet paper to smooth everything while we shade. And very soft, we're changing the skin texture on the paper and preparing for work. But because we will work in layers, it will be much darker on this side of the neck. Be careful and work with clean tissue or toilet paper. If it's dirty, change the other side. We're always shading with a clean side. Now I'm coming with 8B grade. Following the reference photo, I'm coming also with details, necessary details and parts for the shadows with the same position of the pencil. I'm not pressing with the pencil till I'm happy with the color of the skin. As I told you, the first layer is very simple, just normal shade. The second layer we will adding some details. dark tone is done, so now I'm using this brush to get the dark tone smooth and soft on my paper. If I'm working with dark tone, I'm using this brush to blending, and if I'm work with HB grade or lighter grade for light tone, I'm using toilet paper or blending stump. Now, because we have the shape done, we know where to work with lighter grade, and I will show you how to combine the grades to draw the realistic skin. And we will using HB grade this time, and we will combine, mixing together, building a gradient. But as you can see, I'm going circles, line, and I try to imitate the realistic skin. So if I'm using this type of shading, I can imitate the realistic skin. If I'm using the long one or the circles, I'm not very close with the skin. So there's more way to draw, so try to learn the way to shade. Also, don't forget to work in layers. As you can see, this type of shading helping me to get close with the reference photo, close with the realistic skin. Always keep an eye on the reference photo so you know the details and where to put the shadows. Actually, we try to work in the same procedure where I draw the cheek. So guys, that's my way to draw realistic. And when I draw realistic, I'm going close as I can with the reference photo. You will learn how to put the details step by step. Now, as you can see, I'm coming one more layer over to mixing the dark one with the lighter one. Combined to the grade, I build a gradient of the skin. If you're not happy with HB grade, you can change with B or 2B, making darker or close to your photo. Coming now to blending with blending stump. I'm not using toilet paper for this type of shading. And guys, with HB I use only to prepare the skin for work. It will be more steps to do to make the skin looking more realistic. So as I told you, number 2 from blending stump. And we blend and we mix together from the dark to light, as I did in the cheek procedure or top of the head. How to blend this? Small circles, and try to go to cover the paper, imitate the realistic skin in a reference photo. Also very soft, because now we prepare for important part, eraser. And I will show you how I'm using eraser to create pores and highlights on the skin. As you can see, blending stump helped me to mix together the grades and smoothing the paper. As you can see, I can mix very well dark to light, building a gradient through the both colors. On this part you can use bigger number from blending stump if you have, but I prefer to work with number 2. It's enough for me, so I can go even in a small parts, same together. Now I will show you how I'm working with highlights and pores. You can use 2 types of eraser, Tombow mono eraser if you have, or eraser pencil, and for this I have Faber-Castell eraser pencil. We just repeat the procedure how I did on a forehead or a cheek. As you can see, I can build also some shadows with blending stump following the reference photo. Why we need to put some highlights and pores now? Because we come back with different grade of the pencil and we draw the details, and that will be mechanical pencil. I will use this Perfection. I will show you how to put the details, just dotting where you need, to making the skin looking more realistic. Now we're working from lights to dark. With this eraser, just dotting. As you can see, following the reference photo, I'm checking for all possible highlights when I come in with mechanical pencil for details, so I know how to put the details. Remember guys, put the highlights and dotting with eraser only where you work with HB. We don't need to put on a dark side. And don't forget guys to clean the eraser always when it's full of graphite, as I do. Now I have clean. Also you can dotting and lining very soft following the reference photo. We're checking for the reference photo how can be and imitate the skin to go in close with the photo. I'm coming with mechanical pencil. I'm using 0.5 lead with 4B to build the skin, and I will show you, as you can see, these pores made by eraser. We're just lining on the bottom of the pores, very soft with mechanical pencil to imitate the realistic skin. Make sure you don't press with the pencil, but also following the reference photo. I'm using always mechanical pencil for details. If you like my way to draw, you can use as well mechanical pencil when you make details. And actually now we need to find, as in reference photo we have pores and grassy skin. Where the highlights are made by eraser, we're just lining on the bottom of the highlight is, as I do. Also with this step we go in with details as well. And after that we come in with blending stump to blend everything to make the pores more realistic. And I'm looking also for the lines to make close to the reference photo using mechanical pencil. We try actually to build realistic skin to imitate the skin as in the reference photo is. That's why I'm drawing a few weeks, if it's possible, one portrait, because I'm working slowly and I'm working step by step each side, following always the reference photo. You will see what's happened when we come back with blending stump over these small lines and dots if it's necessary. Our skin become more realistic. It's not really necessary to line and dotting all pores because you made a lot with eraser. We're doing just a few when the reference photo show us the important parts of the details. And if I need to come in with 8B grade for shadowing, I'll come in again. Just if you need. Follow my steps to learn how to draw pores and highlights. And now I'm coming with blending stump number 2. It's very good for skin. So everything we draw here we're blending, but very soft, and make sure you not cover at all pores made by eraser. Now we soften the skin, and in the same time we make the skin looking more realistic. The pores with blending stump, we're coming again with eraser, try to rebuild the pores again, and following the reference photo we repeat the procedure. Also we're looking for details of the neck to make the neck skin more realistic. This time we're working last time for details, so make sure next time you not cover them as I do. And if we need to put a shadow more, we come back with 8B grade. Follow my steps to see how I'm doing. Coming with more details now with 8B grade. We have already smoothing the paper. We need some more details. Let's go into the shadow. And very soft, following the reference photo. Again blending stump, and now we're coming one more time with eraser. But before to do this, I'm coming very soft and smooth with toilet paper. But this time very soft. Use toilet paper only one way. This helped me to smoothing the paper for my skin to looking more realistic. I use this technique for Dwayne Johnson portrait, so I did 3-4 times for Dwayne Johnson neck. And for this portrait is not necessary so many times. Now for the last time I come in with eraser for pores, and I make sure I'm checking the reference photo for maximum of details to get the drawing more realistic. Follow my steps. Now if I'm happy, I can smooth the paper with soft brush, very soft, as you can see. And I can keep going to finish all body using the same procedure, starting with 8B grade, and we'll continue like everything I did here to finish all this part of the body. Also, we're looking for shadows, where we need to put shadows, and as you know, the post shading is quite fast, and we're using lines to know how to shade. As I did on the head part, I have all shadows on the left shoulder, and I will work with 8B grade. Don't need to work with different grade here, only shadowing to know where to go with 8B grade. So guys, first step is prepare the paper for shadows, and after that coming with details. But always check the reference photo. Okay guys, after first layer with HB made, I will come in with toilet paper to smoothing as I did on the neck side. Soft smoothing with toilet paper, and we come in again with second layer looking for shadows, and I will show you how. Just follow my steps. First of all, when we draw realistic, we need to find the shapes, and after that the shadows. So I find the shape of the body, and now I'm coming with toilet paper to smoothing, and after that I'm coming with second layer still on 8B because I need to find the shadows. You know how to use toilet paper, mine is dirty. I change the other side so I can use. And now I can use easily. How to shade very smooth, removing, following the reference photo, and to checking also for the shadows, but in the same time we're smoothing the paper, looking more realistic. Just follow my steps. I'm coming now to find the shadows of the bones and the shape of the body, so I know where to go with the details. With the same grade, HB, but now I use different type of shadowing. If you see, I used first time like this to be quick, and now I'm using small circles to find where the shadow is, following the reference photo. I can use even 8B grade, but very soft, because we need to put the details and we need to know where the details are. So make sure guys you learn how to put the highlights to make more visible details. Just follow my steps to see how I'm going, and following the reference photo I'm coming with the shadows as well. And again after this I'm using toilet paper, clean toilet paper, to make the skin over the bones more round and more realistic. Okay, we have to shade in two types. For dark shadow we're using blending stump, as you can see here, and for light shadow we're using toilet paper. Let's start with blending stump. I'm still on number 2. I try to blend and mix the graphite to make more realistic skin. Blending stump is very good for smoothing the paper, making soft and more realistic. As you can see, I'm going always from dark to light to build a gradient of the skin, because they are smaller parts. Can't shade now with toilet paper. We're using toilet paper only for big parts of the shading, and also when you shade body or face, don't use toilet paper everything you shade, use only for big parts. Only thing now is to add details. As you can see, small parts I blend with blending stump, making the skin more realistic. I don't need to blend on the other side because it will be darker than this, so I will not blend there. Coming to shade everything I did with toilet paper, where I did with blending stump, I'm coming and mix together with the white paper till I build very soft gradient of the skin. Of course following the reference photo. Now we're coming to smoothing, and we're doing for the last step of shading. before to coming with details, making the skin more softer and more realistic. And as you can see, I respect the highlights, so I know where to come in with details. As you can see, where I draw the neck, the details make everything and make the portrait more realistic. Now, as you can see, I'm smoothing very nice with toilet paper and all skin becomes softer. But remember, change the dirty side with a clean one. And always check the reference photo so you can go close as the reference photo is. Of course, you don't need to press with toilet paper, very soft on your paper, because it will smoothen the paper. And now we have the perfect skin, so only thing is start with the details. How I'm starting the details, I will show you. We're using some suppliers, for example mechanical pencil, blending stump and eraser. So we have to draw a sign not far from the shoulder, and I will follow the reference photo, try to imitate this sign. As you can see, I'm going very soft without pressing, because I need to make sure this sign will be good when I finish. Now I'm okay with this. I can go darker because I know the shape of the sign is good. I can go with a small shading, and using blending stump I will make more softer. Of course, we will have eraser to make the perfect shape of the sign. Don't forget, highlights made by eraser are most important part of the drawing. I'm happy with this sign now. I'm smoothing again with blending stump, very soft. And because I need to make the pores and highlights on the skin, I will working with eraser, and I have two types of eraser. When I dotting the skin, I dotting as I did till now, but following the reference photo, making the skin realistic. And when I need to help for highlights where the sign is, I'm coming with Tombow Mono Zero because it's sharp and help me to make all visible and necessary details. And now, checking the reference photo, I'm looking for all necessary signs and dots on the skin to make the portrait as in reference photo is. That's why we're working now, how to work and how to draw realistic. So I will teach you step by step how you become professional artist. And of course, we don't forget to blend all signs and pores made with mechanical pencil or different pencil you use. If I have lighter signs, I'm doing with mechanical pencil very soft, and I try to imitate the skin to make realistic. Now I'm coming with blending stump, and what's happened if I blend all signs become softer and it gives me brilliant texture for the skin, and our portrait become realistic. If you like my tips to draw, it's good to start using your artwork to make realistic portraits. Follow my steps to see how I will finish with all necessary signs and how I'm making pores till the end of the body. Where I need to work with wrinkles or freckles, I'm using Tombow Mono Zero eraser because this gives me very good texture on the skin and also realistic, make the perfect skin on the body. And also we will continue with dots to making the rest of the pores. So that's my way to draw realistic skin. Hope you like it and you can put in your artwork. Working with Tombow Mono Zero near to the sign, making looking more interesting. And I'm repeat the same procedure with the dots made. Why? To make it looking more realistic. When we're coming with different eraser, our signs will looking brilliant in our portrait. For example, if I'm working with dots, you will see what's happened near to the signs and the skin become realistic just with a few details. But as I told you, I need to dark more here, so I will work later on that part. I'm concentrating now on the chest. Following the reference photo, I'm looking for all freckles and pores. I like to use this technique, help me a lot, and my artwork looking realistic. And as you can see, I put as much details as I can with each portrait made. So if you're watching my video, start from now to improve your drawing. I'm Raul and I like to share my passion and my skill with everyone. guys, I'm going with the freckles in a direction where the skin is, so I respect the realistic drawing. As we learn now how to draw realistic, so I'll show you all my ways how I'm drawing when I draw realistic portrait. And of course this is not done because we need to work more, and we're adding one more layer, and I will use HB gray, or you can use mechanical pencil for the third layer. And as you can see, I'm using two types of eraser. If you have only Tombow Mono Zero, you can use only Tombow Mono Zero. Take it easy, step by step. And if you have to put highlights, respect the highlights. Make your artwork realistic as you can. Important tutorial coming, how to draw black lingerie dress. And we will have a lot of details for this very nice dress. Now we concentrate on the skin, and we try to respect the reference portrait or highlights and more shadows as well. And as I told you, don't forget to clean your eraser on a blank paper. Try to work always with clean eraser. As you can see, we can put a lot of beautiful details with eraser by dotting and lining, make a portrait realistic. I try to imitate the skin of Marilyn Monroe, so I'm coming with eraser all directions. I'm using for freckles and pores, but respect the direction of the skin is. I will come with the third layer and very small circles, lines through the freckles to make the skin darker. Nothing happens if you cover them a little bit. As you've seen in my tutorials, I'm using a lot of type of shading when I draw realistic portrait till I'm happy with the color of the skin. And I'm coming with blending stump over my HB pencil, but very soft because I need to be careful on the freckles and pores as well. And now I can make the skin darker and soft in the same time. If it's necessary, we come back with eraser to highlighting again, but as I did on the neck, only necessary parts. Guys, where I have a dark tone of the skin, I respect the reference photo, and I'm using 8B grade in 3 or 4 layers if it's necessary, and I'm using to blend with dry brush, trying to get close with the reference photo. And I will show you what we work today. All this part of the skin, as you can see, I have a dark tone on the other side of the shoulder, and also very highlights in the middle, and of course near to the chest. So I respect the freckles, as you can see, pores, and also I made necessary signs here using pencils. Don't forget to keep your work clean, and if you want to work in a dark grade with AB grade, don't forget to work in layers. Don't press with the pencil from the beginning because you may draw the paper and you won't be happy with that. Follow my step when I'm working and use dry brush or blending stone to smoothing the dark tone as I do. I'm happy with the skin, so next tutorial will be how to work with lingerie dress. Hard work as well on a lingerie dress because we will have a lot of details and flowers even to put on the dress. So don't forget my technique, guys. Work in layers. I'm admin on Graphite Pencil by Raul Art on Facebook, Raul_UK08 on Instagram. And if you want to try my pin, check Raul Art on Pinterest and you can draw everything I draw. Don't forget always to respect the reference photo, put as much details as you can and become professional artist. Upgrade your skill, don't waiting for other time. And before to finish, very soft, smoothing the paper with toilet paper. So that's my tips to draw skin, guys, and we will see you in the next tutorial. Thank you very much for watching and sharing my work. More tutorials coming, and we will draw black lingerie dress. Now you know how to draw realistic skin and you can use in your artwork. Thank you very much, guys. Bye bye.